Okay, great start. Let's go.
I'm so mad at this team. We're not doing an intro. We're back. Above the Ice into the Numbers, episode 4 or 3. I don't care. They suck.
Hey.
The Toronto Maple Leafs suck.
Hey guys.
They don't deserve any of our attention. They suck.
Good morning to everyone. How is everyone
Hello.
doing today?
I'm doing dandy. How are you
Yo,
doing?
it's a terrible morning. We got an exam in a couple hours. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this week alone just sucks, and the Leafs losing last night
And the
didn't
Leafs
make that
made
better.
it worse.
Yeah.
This morning I was debating putting on my clown makeup before I came here because we are all clowns for still believing in this team.
No, there's no point in putting on your clown makeup because this team just dunks its fans' heads into toilets and just gives them what are they called? Swirlies. So your makeup would be ruined. You're just gonna get dunked on and just swirlied every damn day. And you cheer for this godforsaken team.
Fellow sports media student Frankie, I was talking to him yesterday. He goes, "The Leafs are like an abusive boyfriend." I'm like, "It's
So
true."
facts
That's
though.
very true.
Oh, we got Tavares. You go back and then it's the same thing. Oh, we got Barry now. Don't worry. Nope, same thing. And the Raptors are like that good guy that like you should be with, but like you stay with the Leafs anyways.
The Raptors really are. I look at them and I'm just like, I like the Raps. I'll support them, but they're not my team, right?
Yeah, I look at
I'll
Raptors fans and I'm like,
I was like, I wonder what that's like.
If any of our,
I wonder what success is like.
I know, right?
we should ask Oilers fans.
If any of our listeners are
get
not aware, the Leafs are 0-6 in their last 6 games.
Hey,
Hey, 5-1.
Okay.
come on, give them credit.
Yeah. But in the last 5, they're 0-5.
Yes, that is true.
Ever since
My
yeah, go.
God, they're so bad. Like, I really had somebody pointed out to me against the Islanders because I was talking to him. I was like, okay, well, they had possession for a long time. But, okay, so they had possession for a while, but they had, like, no chances.
Yeah.
They had no score. They just did nothing with the puck. And that's the thing that the Islanders do. Their Corsi rating is terrible. But the time that they have with the puck, they get so many high danger chances. The Leafs just do nothing. And I think that could be said about possibly every game.
I feel like we never get scoring chances. Like
Yeah.
There's nothing that's good quality, right? We're always shooting from the outside.
And I'm really thinking about how this relates back to the power play.
I feel like it's a system thing though.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a system thing because you have your main pieces set up around the point and the hash marks in the low danger areas of the ice. Like, why are you why are you putting yourself short-handed
Cody Ceci.
Yeah.
on a power play? Same thing with the drop pass. Every break-in on a power
Every
play is a
time.
drop pass, and it just leads to an odd man rush on a power play. Are you dumb? Stop. It's gross. Like, they're generating everything from the low danger. 51% of their shots come from the point. That's bad. This team's bad. We suck.
Tell
Our
me-
power
tell me
play
how
is
you really feel.
18th.
Oh no. Tell me how you really feel.
I feel great.
Sure.
Just because we're going to get Lafreniere.
I have never not wanted to be here more than I ever have. Like
Yeah, I don't want to talk
places
about
I'd rather be right now.
No, it's actually just a
Church.
sad day.
I'd rather be at church, the DMV,
That would be nice.
the dentist.
I don't even mind the dentist.
See, I'm just gonna
Actually,
ask.
no, I wouldn't mind going to the dentist because we always talk about the Leafs.
You know what's
Every
funny
time
though?
I go, it's
We're
brutal.
gonna end up watching the next game anyway. We're
No,
gonna
I'm
watch
not. No, I'm
Saturday.
not.
No, I'm
You
boycotting.
say that now. We are gonna watch
I
the
said
next game.
I said that about last night's
Actually,
game.
I will watch and I will cheer for Arizona.
Okay.
Oh, we play Arizona next?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a
Arizona.
7-game losing streak.
Yeah.
Kemper shutout. They're on,
Yeah.
they're on a 2-game shutout streak.
I think we play Arizona on Thursday and then Colorado on the Saturday.
Nasm's going to score 4 goals
Yep. You already know.
against us.
He's gonna dab
In
after he
Colorado
scores.
as
And he's
well.
going to get ejected from the game, just to remind us what he's there for.
It's just
It's just
So the
not-
Leafs are below regulation 500.
Yep.
Did any of you think that it was going to get to this point?
no.
I genuinely, no matter how bad they were, I didn't think that this team
But-
could be below.
But yet
regulation.
somehow I stare at the standings here and they're only 2 points out of a playoff spot.
Because it's very early in the season.
I know,
Yeah.
but that's dumb. Like I want us to be lower, so like it looks worse. Like it's worse than this. Like
You want to know how Leafs it would be? You want to know what the perfect Leaf situation would be right now?
get the 11th pick.
No, they continue their losing streak
Yeah.
and they're garbage. And then in like January, they go on a crazy hot streak.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they miss the playoffs by 1 point.
I honestly I would almost put money on
And we lose our pick.
and we lose our pick
Yeah.
because we have the 11th. Sorry about that. Because we have the 11th overall pick.
I actually agree with you. I think we're gonna suck for the rest of this year, and as soon as 2020 comes around, we are gonna actually go on a huge hot streak.
And then miss the playoffs.
Either miss or I think we'll just fit in. But I don't know.
The thing is, the Atlantic isn't that good.
No.
Like, it is.
It's very top heavy.
But Buffalo is falling.
Yeah.
Montreal's gonna fall off.
I don't know. Montreal's looking kind of good.
Famous last words are gonna fall off. I think it's gonna be Boston, Tampa, Florida.
What do you guys think about Florida?
Florida's good. Florida's legit.
I think they're for real.
Yeah.
And Bobrovsky's the kind of goalie who's like, for 2 weeks, he'll be like, I do not know how to stop puck. And then for the rest of the year, he's like, Vezina.
Do you guys think Philly will make a run here?
I think Philly's
No.
legit.
No.
I think they're legit in that they could push for a wild card spot.
Yeah.
They sort of remind me of Carolina of last year, but with no defense.
Yeah.
And that like their Corsi rating is nuts, and all their offensive analytics are like crazy. Like they're crazy high.
Can they be
And they just added Morgan Frost.
Yeah.
Too, so
But can they be successful with the goaltending that they got going on?
Yeah, maybe.
Because
Maybe
Hart's
not
not
long.
been.
no, but he's also like 21.
Yeah.
I don't think that their goaltending is going to be this bad, but I also don't think their offense is sustainable.
Yeah.
You know?
I know what you're saying.
If you look at the East standings now, I think it's gonna be the exact same, but Montreal swapped for Tampa, and I think that's gonna be the final standings.
And you've got Leafs missing the playoffs?
Yeah, 100%. Like I can't.
Wow.
They suck.
They have to play at 110-point pace just to hit 100 points.
Yeah.
If they start playing on 100-point pace now, which is what we played last season, so from now we play as good as we played last season, we'll hit 90 points. We'll miss the playoffs.
All right, let me ask you guys a question here then. If the Leafs were to pick up the pace and ended up making the playoffs and ended up in like the slot 2 or 3 against Boston, or they make a wild card and end up against a team like the Capitals, what do you take over that?
I have a question to respond to your question.
I don't care.
Okay.
What part of this team has showed that they're even going to go on a hot streak?
Just saying, like
No, I'm just being an ass. I'm just being devil's advocate because that's what I feel like doing
Do I have
right
to
now.
blur that out, or is that good?
No, I think ass is fine.
Well,
Yeah.
you just said it again, so
Maybe they won't even know what we're talking about because it'll be blurred out.
maybe we just cut this whole thing
Maybe
out.
rear end is fine. No, I mean they suck.
yeah.
They really suck.
But I'm saying if they were to make the playoffs, so would you rather them just make it and play a Capitals team?
Doesn't matter. Just
Doesn't
make it.
matter?
Yeah, I mean at this point, a good case scenario is losing in the first round. Again, that's the face of pain right there. That's the face of every Leaf fan. It's just like the verge of just the mix of anger, but also sadness and betrayal. I'm really mad this morning.
You just feel like you get slapped in the face repeatedly
Why do we
Every
Why
morning.
do we watch this team?
because you love it.
No,
I feel
Does this love? Does this look
as,
like love?
as a Leaf fan, I feel like the entire league just wedgies me. And then the Leafs will like walk up and be the one nice kid who's like, hey, don't worry about what those kids say. Like, you're cool. And then he turns around and he wedgies me. I'm like, dude, we're on the same side.
What? That is a fantastic analogy, right?
No,
there.
it's terrible. But like, usually when I sleep on a game, I feel better the next day. I feel worse. I'm so just disheartened by this Toronto.
Okay,
Maple Leaf
but
team.
in the
They
last
suck.
6 games, though, and it does sucks that it's going so badly. I think they played. I think you could take some positives from that game.
No, there's no positives.
The only positive is Frederick Anderson.
No.
Yeah,
Doing literally everything he can.
love Freddie.
What positives are there from a 6-game losing streak?
No, not the 6 game. I'm saying from last
They
night's
had
game.
they had that good period that one time in the first.
Yeah, that's right. They've also
That's about it.
They've conceded the first goal,
And
the
8
last-
straight.
and they haven't
Wait,
led.
I think it's way longer actually.
They haven't led a game in 6 games. They haven't led once for a single second.
Yeah, that's true.
That's insane.
You guys want to go home?
Just wrap it up right here.
Let's just take our bags and go home.
Study for some digital media.
No, I mean the story's the same every single game. It's been they go down, they almost come back, and they don't
Yeah.
because they wait to the last minute to come back. Except last year it worked. Last year they got the lead, or if they went down, then they'd come back.
I really missed the 17-18 season. What a good
17-18 or 16-17?
both, but 17-18. What a good time.
That was a good time. Carefree.
And we were still complaining.
Expectations weren't crazy high.
Yeah.
I was hoping for a second round.
105 points. We actually had a good backup.
Great year.
That was a lot of fun.
We scored first, like, the most times in the league. We had the best first period.
Awesome.
Now it's just...
That's just sadness.
You said you wanted to talk about our boy, JT. Go first. Go first.
Okay. This is
Get
a
ready.
little controversial.
Nah, I'm done with him.
I'm not done with him.
I
think we should consider trading John Tavares.
I definitely am not done with John Tavares. I love him.
I think it's time that we look at criticizing our captain.
I'm going to let you take the head on that, David.
You mean the undeserving captain?
Oh, man.
Okay,
Oh, man.
Christian.
Hey.
Back up there.
Let's be real. He's only captain because of Matthews' legal trouble.
No, I disagree with that.
Matthews
I
was
disagree.
100% going to be captain, and he should be captain. He's the leader of this team.
I
He's the best player on this team.
I still disagree with that.
Tavares said he came
I think
here.
Tavares is the best leader.
Yeah,
on this team.
I
Like,
agree
the
with
best
Dave.
leader on this.
I think John Tavares is a true leader. I think it's too early for
Does
Matthews.
does a true leader abandon their team, though?
What, he broke his finger? Idiot.
I'm talking about the Islanders.
Oh.
Yeah, but
They meant this season.
I'm sorry. The Islanders can go. I can't swear, but
We've already made Christian do more
But
editing than.
have you heard they don't need him?
yeah. Apparently, the Islanders do not.
No,
well,
they really.
I mean, no,
they
no,
really don't.
They
though.
really don't.
It's not apparently.
Yo, you
They're
know what? This
15-3
the sad
1.
reality is like this episode.
Dude, they won last night. I think they were down by
they
2
were
goals.
down. No,
twice.
three. They were down by 3 at one point.
Why did you
and
say
they
that
came
like
back.
it was a shock? They won last night. Yeah, they win every night.
Yeah. No, it's just
They're 9-0-1 in the last 10.
Even in the last 15
good hockey
games,
team is good.
they have 29 out of a possible 30 points.
Unbelievable. Who thought Islanders were going to be that good?
I thought they're gonna miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't have them in my predictions to make it.
I had them last in the division.
They've made the playoffs at this point.
Yeah,
Oh,
They need to play 500 hockey and they're good.
pretty much.
Not even. Like they've already secured.
Who's been their
spot.
Who's been their standout player?
fucking.
Everything offensively goes through Barzal,
Yeah.
and then like occasionally Derek Brassard has actually been decent this year. Same with Bailey and Lee,
Thomas Grice.
and Beauvillier, and then Thomas Grice and Semyon Varlamov are like, you want to score?
Okay, there.
No,
The
try
thing-
getting through 5 bodies that'll block every
the
shot.
thing is, when they only score one goal in the game, their goalie's like, I'm not letting in any goals. But then when their goalie lets in like 4 goals, they're like, okay, fine, we'll score 5.
Yeah, they're the Swiss Army knife of teams. Anyway, let's get back on topic. I don't think John Tavares has been that good.
Ever.
Ever. I don't
My
think he's-
hot take is he peaked at 16.
Okay.
He peaked when he was playing lacrosse. Oh my
Have
God.
you seen his OHL numbers?
Not even that good. No,
72 goals at 16.
that's trash. No, I think he's been pretty untouchable this year. And I know he's been injured and he's had a baby.
Yeah.
But like,
I don't
you're
care
our
about.
captain.
I don't care about his baby.
I don't care about his personal life. No, but
Wow.
I mean, he's getting paid $11 million.
Yeah.
And we always bring that number up with Marner and with Matthews. And Matthews is at least producing offensively. And Tavares is just below a point per game, but he's only got 6 goals in 16 games. That's not good enough.
Hot take: screw Tavares' baby.
Yeah. No, I genuinely don't think he's been good enough.
Well, here's the thing. I think I agree with you. You know, you always talk about $11 million players, Matthews, Marner,
You
and
need to bring it.
right? And it's like no one really talks about that contract with Tavares because he's got already the 10 years of experience. But I think, yeah, you have to kind of look up. He's the captain now. You got to take leadership role and get this team going.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, he's not an $11 million player. Like, he is, but he's not. I don't think he is.
What do you mean?
I don't.
You think he's overpaid?
I think he's overpaid.
No, I disagree.
I think he's overrated, like, massively. I even said this last year.
I don't know, 40. What was
No,
it?
by what metric? Like, what do you think he's...
When I watch him, like, I know, like, his stats are
He's
there,
not a
but,
pretty player.
But, like, okay, when you look at, like, the rankings of players, I know these aren't, like, fair, but, like, Hockey News, for example, he was, like, higher than Matthews, and I just don't agree with that. Like, you can't
No,
watch...
I don't agree with that either.
You can't watch this team and say Tavares is better than Matthews. But most people think that.
Yeah,
No,
but Chris,
every analytic shows that Matthews is better than Tavares.
Yeah.
But I still think Tavares is like a top top 12 center in
Like,
this league.
yeah, like to me, like if you think about it,
You
Tavares.
don't think he's top 12?
But like, if you replace him with another good center, I don't know, like
Like who?
Yeah, like who is there?
anyone that you think is good but not as like replace him with like Kuznetsov.
No,
I think we're just as good.
no,
No.
Replace him with Kadri.
no.
How come we did better with Matthews and Kadri than we are with Matthews and Tavares? It's just a question.
I don't know about
That's just
that.
because it's Toronto Maple Leafs and it's hockey and
I
it's
know,
goofy.
but like still,
We have Cody
I
Ceci
don't
on
know, man.
defense.
Tread lightly here. I mean, I criticized him, and that was
Yeah.
going a little out of line.
I mean, I don't necessarily believe what I'm saying right now, but like
We're just mad.
I'm just upset
Yeah.
because like I don't know.
You
I
guys
mean, he's
got
scoring
to.
at what, a 30-goal pace right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's not good enough.
But you also guys have to remember, right? John Tavares last year was the first Maple Leaf since Matt Sundin to score over 45 goals as a Maple Leaf.
And they're also some of the easiest goals that he's ever scored in his life, thanks to Mitch Marner.
Mitch Marner. But
And I know the metrics show that Tavares carried Marner, but
I-
I mean
no,
those
I don't-
backdoor setups,
I don't believe
huge.
those backdoor
that.
setups
I don't
are
think Marner
from
carried
Mitch.
him either, but like back to my point, like what's a center on a like what's a good center that has no help?
Austin Matthews.
No, Willie, come on, man.
No,
but
Willie's been a
on
beast
like a
this year.
different team. Okay, Larkin.
Anze Kopitar.
Larkin.
Okay, Larkin is
Let's
sick.
say we put
Larkin is-
Larkin with Marner. Would that? I think we'd be just as good.
I don't know, just as good, but
Swap Tavares with Larkin today. Forget age for this season
No,
and play
no,
Larkin. with Marner.
I still can't go.
I don't
there.
know. I don't think so.
no, I wouldn't. It's a different kind of player. I trust Tavares more defensively than I do Dylan Larkin.
I do. I agree with that as well.
Okay, I just use Larkin as an example.
You know, who's a very, I guess, feel so bad for him kind of guy? Anze Kopitar.
Oh my god,
He's having a great
He's
season.
having a great season,
terrible
and
team.
he has like nobody around him to score. And he also, his defensive zone draws are crazy. He takes so many.
He's like well over a point per game. I picked him up in fantasy. Oh, no, I drafted him in fantasy, and he's been like.
He's got 22 points in 21 games.
Do you guys think
His
that?
ozone star percentage is 48.7.
Yeah.
Can we look up some Kale?
Oh yeah, I got you.
Do you guys think that Kopitar will end his career as a LA King?
Yeah,
Yeah,
10.5 million. Can't trade that.
that's a good point.
Cale Makar, 23 points in 21 games.
Unreal.
See, if Kale McCarr, as a rookie defenseman, puts up 90 points, I think I might like stop believing in the NHL. It's fake.
It's planned. Every game is planned.
Like, you know how many good
Not a
players?
single penalty.
You know how many good players have never hit 90 points in their career?
Oh yeah, there's a ton.
Tavares, example.
Yeah.
Matthews, example. And he might hit it as a rookie defenseman.
That's honestly hilarious. His ozone star percentage is also 60%, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, but like he's all offense.
Yeah, I know, but that's all you need him for. And they're taking advantage of while he's still like crazy junior defenseman, and that he's just rushing up the ice and scoring.
Taken
It is-
for 2 more years after this year, he's gonna be making under $1 million.
Yeah, and he's already one of the best defensemen, at least offensive defensemen, in the league. Better than John Carlson.
Better
Okay.
than Barry, man. Jeez.
Better
Yeah,
than Eric Carlson.
better than Eric Carlson. Yeah,
Better than Eric Carlson ever was.
Hey, San Jose's starting to turn it up though, eh?
yeah,
a little bit.
They had their 6-game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, they had their 6-game winning streak snapped last night.
Who'd they lose to?
Edmonton.
Yeah.
The almighty Edmonton.
Draisaitl McDavid, baby.
You are banned from talking about Draisaitl on this podcast. And I'm gonna move my mic
Why,
so
what
I
did
can
he-
see
what
your
did he say?
face.
Where did he say?
Remember a couple
What?
episodes ago when you said Draisaitl was the best player in the NHL?
Oh yeah, no, you're dumb.
Once again, I would like to make that clear. I thought we were talking about this season alone, not.
Well,
the
maybe
entire-
you should listen more. That's your problem.
Wow, Chris, you're just in a terrible mood.
We're
man.
all in a
My
bad mood.
feelings were just burned.
Okay, let's change the subject. So last episode, we had an interview with Adam and Steph.
Which I wasn't there for.
Which
They-
I just got totally ripped on.
Yeah, but me and Adam made a bet about the Flames and the Leafs on who would have the more points at the end of the season. Now I want to say, since we made that bet, the Leafs are 0-6 and the Flames are 0-5. Did we curse the Leafs and Flames season?
I'm gonna punch you
David looks
because
very.
you cursed. No, you cursed. You cursed Lucy, and this is all your fault.
2 weeks ago today, we were sitting here talking about the Leafs in Vegas, and we were talking about that game that I went to. They have
Yeah.
not won a game since then.
I'm not gonna blame you for the Leafs being a bad hockey team.
I went to a Leaf game 2 weeks ago, and they have not won since that game.
That really sucked. That was against Vegas as well, wasn't it?
Since you went to the game, they haven't won.
I went to the game and they lost.
Yeah, and you started the losing streak.
You started the losing streak.
Hey, look.
Mom mentality. Let's go.
Wow.
Ooh.
Let's get him. You're lucky you have this table in between us.
You know, I don't know. I like that Philly game, though. It was a lot of fun. That was 3-2 shootout. Freddie played like a beast.
That's true.
Like he always does.
That was
Say that most
that,
nights.
that was a good game. When that happened, I was like, oh, it's just a shootout loss. I don't care.
What was the game?
I wasn't that upset after that
What
game.
was the game after that?
Chicago.
That was when we.
I was furious because they played so well after the first period. Yeah, don't worry. And then what was the game after that?
All right, so I'll ask.
New York.
Yeah.
I was furious after that game. Boston, I wasn't even mad.
Boston, that wasn't horrible. That wasn't.
No, Boston, I wasn't even mad just because I knew we'd lose.
Yeah.
Okay, it needs to be spoken about how good Robin Leonard is.
Oh, he's unreal.
Like 2 years, two different teams, two completely different teams. A very defensive team and a very offensive team. Last year at 9:30, this year at 9:34.
You guys put Chicago in the playoffs this year?
No.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, like
Yeah,
did.
just as like a crazy pick. They've been heating up lately too. They just had a 4-game winning streak snapped. And they're fun and they're young. And I thought, fun young hockey teams tend to go on hot streaks, so maybe they
Yes,
can push
but
for a wild card spot.
have you considered they have players in their top 6 that nobody has heard of?
Like,
Kubalik.
you don't like Kubalik? He had such a good start to the year.
Who knows who Kubalik is? If you're,
Everybody knows who Kubalik
if you're
is. And it's
listening to
Kubalik.
if you're listening to this and you know who Kubalik is, stop listening because you know too much.
No, then those are my kind of listeners, man.
Bro,
Dominic Kubalik.
Hey,
He's got 9 points
Yeah, I
in 20
was
games.
just about to say.
2 years in a row, they have a random guy named Dominic Koo. Take that in.
Hey, Cahoon is a beast.
He is good.
Cahoon is freaking
But
sick.
I swear they're making these guys up.
No. Also, I just really like Dylan Strome. I'm a really big Dylan Strome guy.
I'm not.
I really don't like him at all.
No, I feel like I liked him for the meme back when he was getting like 2 minutes of ice time in Arizona.
Nick
Yeah.
Schmaltz is better.
And then I was just like, you know what? And then he won a heater with Chicago. How can you not love him?
Yeah,
Put up like 50 points last
because he
year.
got carried by DeBrincat.
Hey, actually, they have the same amount of points right now.
The Brinkhead is awesome.
DeBrincat's pretty good.
Who's DeBrincat? Who is he? Like B-Tech Korshkov?
I'm sorry?
He's like the B-Tech Korshkov.
Oh, yeah. He's like, imagine we could have had him. That's about it. That's all I
We
was
would have
gonna say.
ruined him too. He'd be making $11 million right now.
It's just
If you're young and good, the Leafs will just give you $11 million.
at this point in the podcast, I just feel deflated. I just feel.
This might
Do-
be the
do-
shortest episode we do.
Do you want to talk about Babcock?
I was gonna mention that.
Because we haven't brought him up.
You know, I can, if Leafs Nation continues to talk about Babcock, I'm fine with that. It's just I don't want
No.
a ACC Scotiabank Arena, home game and
A chant
a
to start.
chant that goes on like
That's
Fire
really
Babcock.
indicative to how bad the fan base can be.
Yeah.
Okay, boomer.
I really wouldn't want that. I really wouldn't want that.
I would.
I struggle. I
Oh.
struggle with putting everything on Babcock though.
I've never hated a man more that I haven't met.
Why are you
I love him.
Why are you so upset today, Christian?
Okay.
The thing is, I love Mike Babcock.
We'll pull up the great Twitter.
I
No.
don't think he's a good coach for this team.
Okay,
Yeah.
but do you hear these quotes? He hasn't won a playoff series in 9 years? And yet when he talks to the media, he talks like he is literally the best coach of all time.
It's one of them.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he
700
is.
career wins.
Oh my God.
Christian,
Really?
you're saying that Mike.
Are you saying Mike Babcock lucked into 700 career wins?
No, but I'm saying he was on probably one of the best dynasties of all time in Detroit, and he went to a Leaf team. He's obviously a good coach, but
I'm gonna make you
you're
edit.
s- but-
I'm gonna make you edit something. A coach can make or break a team.
no.
Dude, Barry Trotz.
Yeah,
Oh
man.
my God.
Look at him. Look at Barry
and
Trotz.
look at this Leafs roster on paper. It's the best roster we've had.
Yep.
Okay,
I'd say in franchise history, and Mike Babcock is managing to f it up.
Why are you swearing, man?
I'm making you do work.
No.
Okay,
He's
but Craig-
he's managing to mess it up.
Okay,
Are you saying that Mike Babcock's not one of the best coaches of all time?
I'm giving you a really good life lesson. Do not just search up Babcock on Twitter, because you will get some things you don't want to see.
Yeah, of course.
I made that mistake.
But
Maybe I should just Mike Babcock.
I don't know. I still look. No matter what happens with Babcock, I think you can't deny that he's still a fantastic coach.
I'm delirious.
Used to be.
Time. Used to be, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't think it's Babcock who's telling the boys, go out there and
No, he is.
get the puck hummed into your zone for 3.5 minutes,
Yeah.
and then Justin Hull's going to take a penalty, and then the Leafs are going to concede the first goal of the game. I don't think he's
No,
the one telling him to do that.
I disagree.
You think he is the one telling them to do that?
No, I think. Okay, what do you think about this quote?
I don't
We
care-
have to
I don't care
stick
about his
with it
quotes.
and keep grinding.
What do you want him to say?
Yeah. What else
Why
are you
don't
gonna
you
say?
say something of substance? He says the same 2 words. He's like a robot. We gotta keep pushing and keep
That's
grinding.
about 9 words. It's about 9 words.
Oh my god.
He is the definition.
What do you want him to do? He's fired, man. He's done
He
already.
knows
I
he's
don't
up against the
care.
wall. He knows he's up against the wall.
I don't care about him anymore. He's out.
I have never seen a person who's more past it than him. The game has passed him by.
Oh no, I
so
completely agree.
quickly.
But at this point, I don't care what Mike Babcock has to say.
In the '90s, great coach. Like I know, like whatever. If you
early
throw
2000s, yeah.
no, I mean like if you throw him into the '90s,
Oh yeah, he'd be That's how he. That's how he.
give
got
him like the
700
New
career
Jersey
wins, man.
Devil teams in the '90s, he would be in heaven.
All right, let me
But-
ask you guys this question.
This team is not the right team.
It's not right for him.
Do you
no.
think the players still invest in Mike Babcock?
No.
No, I
You
don't think they
it's
ever
over?
did.
You think it's and I
I don't think it's been that way for a while.
The thing that pisses me off is he says certain things, but he just lies. He contradicts himself. He's a hypocrite. Because how come when Dermott comes back, it's, we got to ease Dermott into the lineup. He's been injured for 6 months. It's been 10 games, and he's still the least amount of ice time as Leaf defenseman. Hall and CC are averaging more minutes per game than Dermott.
CC.
But when Hyman comes back, he jumps instantly on the first line, gets 20 minutes a night. We didn't have to ease Hyman back in. Hyman just jumped right in.
Yeah, well, Hyman's kind of
So-
deserved his.
so-
Hyman's different
But
though.
so
Yeah.
don't say, we got to ease him
Hyman's
on.
like a little energizer
but
bunny.
then don't say, we got to ease him back in the lineup. Say, I don't trust Travis Dermott on this team. He is going to play 12 minutes a night. Don't say, it's because he's coming back from an injury, because it's not.
Would you guys rather have Travis Dermott playing more or Tyson Barrie playing more, and being implemented properly?
That's actually
him to
a
actually
good
succeed.
question.
I would rather have Dion Phaneuf
Okay,
than Cody Ceci.
let's.
Christian's big mad. He's getting angry.
You know,
No, I
Christian.
mean-
I know I made my dry cell comments, but that's going
Barry isn't
pretty
even being
far.
deployed properly. We all know this, right? He's not even being played well. No, he's been terrible. He's
Yeah.
been garbage. But he also hasn't been set up to succeed. And this power play is atrocious, and they haven't changed a player on this first unit unless injuries have forced them to.
Mike Babcock and change in the same sentence? Yeah, okay.
But do you? So if you're Leafs management, right, and Barry does not pick up, what do you make a move regardless if the Leafs are making
You
the playoffs
have
or not?
to. You have to trade him.
We're selling at the deadline 100%. Let's
Yeah.
talk about
If they're in this position at the deadline, you trade Tyson Barrie, he's gonna have terrible value. You're
You
not gonna
trade
go
Jake
out for him.
Muzzin.
It's better to get something for him
you get a
than
Then
second.
lose
have
him.
walk.
You get a second round pick from Vancouver. Just say
Well, that's the thing. If we trade Barry, I want something like a player,
no. You won't get a player.
because
Who's gonna give up a player? They know the Leafs are desperate.
Yeah,
There's 0% chance he resigns.
yeah, no.
So what team is gonna give up anything of value?
At this point, there's no way Tyson Barrie's re-signing.
And I think you gotta trade Muzzin too.
I don't know. I really like Jake Muzzin. I kind of do want him to stay.
No, the first
It depends on where you're trying to take the team.
one of the
in next
worst
season.
one of the worst decisions would be re-signing Jake Muzzin for term.
Okay, but then where does our defense go? Riley, CC.
I don't care. You don't resign.
CeCe's gone.
You don't resign CC either.
Okay, so wait, then what's our defense?
I don't care.
Riley, Dermott,
could-
Hall.
I could literally care less. Riley, Dermott,
You
Hall.
have to care somewhat. We need to have a good defense next year.
We don't have a good defense this
We've
year.
actually just never had good defense.
No,
ever.
but this year we have a good defense
No,
on paper.
the Leafs have never had a good defense.
No.
Maybe it's because their defensive system's terrible. Maybe it's because all their forwards do not try defensively. They have terrible defensive
Yeah,
forwards.
I mean, I was just about to say, when is it also the forward's responsibility to
Yeah.
play defense? Because
can't just
Austin Matthews has been scoring the lights out. He hasn't been good in his own end.
No.
Neither is Willie. Neither is most forwards on this team.
I don't like Austin Matthews now. I just decided that today.
Okay, a lot of
Okay.
bad takes are coming
Yeah.
in this room today.
What? Who would you say is
From
the lead?
anger.
His face just makes me angry.
Wow.
Why?
Because I'm upset at him.
Why?
Because
At least he's scoring.
he was my savior.
He is our savior.
He has disappointed me.
He's still top 10 in scoring,
You know
is
how
he
many
not?
times I've won the cup with him in NHL 20, in NHL 19, and NHL 18?
It's your fault.
Why
I
hasn't that
think the
happened
Leafs
yet?
are gonna win a cup.
Yeah.
I say we rename ourselves the William Nylanders and only play William Nylander.
He's been so good.
I love him.
How funny?
He's
How Toronto Maple Leafs is like he was the player that we were putting all the blame
course.
on last season, and this year, he's the only player you can't put.
He's a perfect human.
And people are still
blame.
saying to trade him. People are still saying
He's
trade
got, he's got the
Nylander.
best contract on the team.
Clowns.
He has the best contract.
I woke
on the
up this
team.
morning, turned on TSN 1050. First thing they say, I think they should trade Nylander. I'm like,
Well, if you're embracing the tank, then you should.
yeah. But I'm not ready to embrace the tank.
He has 5 years left on his deal.
Exactly.
Okay,
Embrace the tank. Too much
Realistically,
term.
what could we get for Muzzin at the deadline?
I don't want
I
to
think you
trade
get a first
Muzzin.
round pick.
I think you can get a first-round pick, Carl Grundstrom, and Sean Dersey.
And trade him back to LA.
Trade
That'd be
him
hilarious.
No, you got. If we don't have a first, we gotta trade
Yeah,
Muzzin.
yeah,
we
we
gotta
need to get
trade
a
Muzzin
first.
for a first. And
That
missing the
depends
playoffs.
on what position you are in the playoffs, though.
I'm saying if we miss the playoffs.
Yeah, if we're in a position to already miss the playoffs.
Yeah.
by the
Yeah,
trade
if
deadline.
that's if
Because
we're gonna miss.
you can. It would be an absolute disaster to miss the playoffs and not have a first-round pick.
That
I
would
don't
suck.
care if we get like Boston's first-round pick, and it's like 28th.
Yeah.
Still a first-round pick.
Well, I mean, granted, our first is top 10 protected, but in case we don't get that top 10, you can't miss the playoffs and not
Best
have.
case scenario, you get
Especially with this draft.
like a
This draft
you
is
get like the 10th pick.
unbelievable.
Really good.
Best case scenario, we win the cup. But best case scenario, like missing the playoffs, you get like the 8th pick, you draft someone insane, and then
Cole
you
Perfetti,
Rossi, Holtz, any of those guys. Then you trade
Lucas Raymond.
Muzzin for another first, and you draft someone else with a late first.
A defenseman.
If the
Yeah.
Leafs were to obtain a top 15
I like how we're
pick,
talking with the Leafs in
Yeah.
the draft lottery again. I
Right.
didn't think this was going to be a topic for a while.
This is the burning question: does Lafreniere play with Matthews and Nylander or Tavares and Marner?
I don't even want to think
fourth
that
line, Are
far.
you kidding me?
He has to earn it.
He has to earn that role.
Especially with Babcock there.
How good is he going to be with Matthews?
He's already thinking about
We're becoming the new Edmonton.
guys, I don't think we can bring it that far, you know. Like, I still believe in this team.
I hate
I still
this team.
think I still think there's enough. No, I'm furious at this team right now, and there have been no signs.
I literally hate every single player on this team.
There have been no
Willie?
real
Name
redeeming
me a
factors
player, and I'll tell you why.
other
I
than
hate them.
William Nylander.
Name me any player. Go.
Zach Hyman. You cannot hate Zach Hyman.
You actually can't hate Zach Hyman.
He's too much into e-gaming.
He works too hard,
Name me another player.
cares too much.
Okay. Frederick Anderson. Good luck.
Okay, but I still think we're at a point in the season where this
He's
could be
Danish.
Okay.
I just alienated our whole Danish audience.
Oh, that whole Danish demographic that we have. No, I genuinely think that there's still time for the Leafs to obviously turn this season around. There's 60 games
There's
left.
still time for me to cheer for another team.
It's only been 23 games in.
I'm only 17. I could still
I don't like that justification though.
I could still
Only
bandwagon.
23 games. It's only been a quarter of the season.
I know.
It's early into the year, but 20 games is a long time.
I do understand that.
And that's enough time for Tyson Barrie to have been adjusted to this hockey team and have been playing on a 60-point pace. It's enough time for Matthews to get his defensive garbage together.
Yeah, he's had 3.5 years, but let's just give him the next 20 games and maybe he'll finally learn how to be a good defensive player. Yeah, not buying it.
He's been a good defensive player.
I'm anti Matthews now.
I'm still with him.
Okay,
I
we're
love
going to mute
Austin.
Christian's mic for the rest of the
Yeah.
podcast.
Christian, I don't know what happened today, bud.
No, there's still, if we're actually being rational fans, there's obviously still time for them to make the playoffs and turn this whole season around, and we'll look like idiots for screaming and being, babies about this losing streak. But right now, there's literally no signs of it turning around.
I still think, even if they make the playoffs, this is still a disaster.
What?
If they turn it around and make the playoffs, that doesn't make up for this.
For what?
For this disaster of a 20 games. A team this good should never be below 500.
Okay, but look at the St. Louis Blues. They had a
We're not the
disaster
we're not-
half of
we're
the
not the
season.
St. Louis
Yeah,
Blues,
and they
that's
fired
an
and
anomaly.
they fired their
Anomaly.
coach. So if we fire our coach and then we improve, I can say, okay, that was obviously the coach's fault. But now if we just magically improve, I'm still not going to trust this team because they've shown that at any second they can play like this.
They have shown that. That's why the Chicago game got me so mad. Because that's the best hockey I've seen them play in
Because
so long.
even if we become the 1978 Montreal Canadiens overnight, and we become insane, and we win all the games, any second we can turn back into this team. So I'm never going to trust this team again.
It's hard.
So Christian's gonna be listening to some depressing Drake songs for the rest of the day,
I have Marvin's Room queued up.
just over and over again. I think we should probably wrap it up.
It's a sad day to be a Leaf fan.
Yeah, this has been more of a therapy podcast than it has been
I think
analytical today.
this has helped. No, it hasn't.
It actually just hasn't. It's made me more sad.
No, you know what?
I feel a bit better.
You know what? Let's be real here. I was kind of like playing up the
No,
whole
we
thing.
know. Yeah, we know.
But like, I'm just upset. But I think they could still turn it around. But I really doubt it.
Like you look at this roster on paper. How do they not? How do they not? Like Tyson Berry's on pace for the worst season of his career. Are you kidding me?
I think there's just some seasons with great teams that everything just falls apart.
And of course, it happens to the
The
Leafs.
Kings missed the playoffs
The year after.
the year after they won the
Yeah.
cup, and then the next year they were back in the playoffs in like the 2 seed. So sometimes you just have to take the year as an L, retool, regroup, come back stronger next year.
I don't want to just like throw out stats, but Leafs are second in goals against in the league with 81 goals against.
Yes,
No, they're bad defensively.
Yes.
they're bad.
Good job, Julian.
Who do you think's number one?
What team has been shelled?
L.A.
Nashville.
Nope.
It's not L.A. Minnesota.
They're the last team in the
Gage,
league.
tell us.
Detroit.
Okay, before we
Detroit is
go,
my next guess.
this is my last question. Currently, Tampa, Toronto,
Tampa.
Nashville, and San Jose are out of the playoffs. 4 teams that you think should be in the playoffs.
How many of them?
Out of those 4 teams, how many of them do you think make the playoffs? Julian, you're first.
2.
Which ones?
I think Nashville.
Yeah.
And as of right now, Tampa.
David?
What was the 4th team? Nashville, Tampa, Toronto,
San Jose.
San Jose.
You know what? We'll throw Calgary in there too.
And I gotta be honest with you, like
Okay. David answered, and we gotta do our Calgary slam of the week.
Monahan sucks.
I'm gonna say 3. I think Vancouver's gonna fall out of a playoff spot, and San Jose is gonna slip
Really?
right in there. Yeah, I think it would be pretty funny. And I think Tampa and Nashville are gonna make the playoffs. I'm just being mad at the Leafs.
Okay.
I think all 4 of them have chances to turn around.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go back to Calgary.
I'm gonna
You
go.
guys are gonna lose against St. Louis. You suck.
Calgary's missing the playoffs. So are we, but we'll miss the playoffs together.
No, I think
Johnny
Calgary-
Gaudreau is having probably the worst season of his career, and they're talking
Yeah,
about
but
trading him.
Gaudreau's one of those players who goes like 20 games with 11 points or something.
He's one of those
And
players
then
that
he'll
are
go
worse
the
than
next
Marner.
20 games with 40 points and turn his season around.
I don't even hate the Flames. I hate anybody who likes the Flames.
Yeah.
Well,
Except I also don't like the Flames.
and do you think the feeling in Calgary is the same as it is here right now?
I think it's a little more rational.
I think they're a little too concerned with some other stuff that's going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate them. I hate every other Canadian team.
It's a tough look. I hate all the Canadian teams, but I hate the Leafs the most.
This is just sad.
Well, thanks for joining us on our therapy session today. This has been Above the Ice and Into the Numbers with Julian, Christian, and David here.
I hope you enjoyed,
We hope you enjoyed.
because I sure did.
Make sure to follow the Sport Board on Instagram and subscribe on YouTube.
Thanks, Julian, for always remembering to shout out our partners there
That don't respect us.
that don't respect us.
Yeah, we're the second podcast.
Anyways, we appreciate you, the listener. Thanks for coming by and letting us just pour out our toxicity into the world. Thank you all.
Thank you.